2.
Hi, I'm Jessica Walters with your daily JCTV news update. San Francisco's Union Square was evacuated yesterday after a bomb scare. A police officer had noticed what was cited as a suspicious package at around 11:50 a.m. This caused the evacuation of the 2.6-acre plaza and the surrounding streets. Occupants of businesses near Union Square were told to shelter in place while police investigated. 2 hours later, officials determined that the backpack did not have any type of bomb device and was not dangerous. Streets began reopening about 2 hours after the backpack was discovered. Aside from the panic caused, the San Francisco Municipal Railway Service was also affected by the incident, with eastbound buses and streetcars not being able to stop in the area. The square was being set up for this weekend's Nike Women's Marathon. Federal landmarks and offices reopened Thursday. Furloughed employees were relieved to get back to work. After 16 days of being closed nationwide, innumerable federal services and operations have resumed. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services restarted the computerized system used to verify the legal status of workers. Boat trips resumed to Alcatraz, with 1,600 tickets purchased by tourists in the first hour of business. In Alaska, federal officials rushed to get the red king crab fishing season underway. The opening of the crab season had been delayed because furloughed workers were not able to issue crab quota permits. National Park Service Director Jonathan Jarvis said that all 401 national parks were reopening Thursday. More than 20,000 National Park Service employees had been among the 800,000 federal workers sent home at the peak of the shutdown. Visitors from around the world flocked to Yosemite National Park to see such famous sites such as El Capitan and Half Dome, after weeks of closure, which brought local economies to a near standstill. Among the many sites reopening in Washington were the Smithsonian Institution's museums and the World War II Memorial on National Mall, which had been the scene of protests over the shutdown. One of the grenades used in a violent confrontation between Mexican law enforcement and a drug cartel that left several people dead has been linked to an alleged U.S. arms trafficker that authorities have known about for years. According to a Justice Department significant incident report, one of the grenades has been linked to Jean-Baptiste Kingery, who's been able to operate for years despite evidence that he is a major trafficker of firearms and ammunition from the U.S. to Mexican cartels. Last week's firefight took place in the western Mexican state of Jalisco, and the Attorney General's office said the gang involved had 9 guns, including a .50 cal rifle. While the ATF told news stations that it has no information on a connection between Kingery and last week's confrontation, documents show that they began watching Kingery in 2004 in regard to AK-47 purchases that were believed to be trafficked to Mexico. He is also believed to have smuggled grenades and other weapons into Mexico in 2009 and 2010. In 2011, he was arrested by Mexican authorities at his warehouse, where he reportedly confessed to teaching cartel members how to build grenades and convert semi-automatic weapons to automatic. To those of you who believe in the mythical Yeti, there may be evidence supporting existence of a somewhat similar creature. A British scientist says he may have solved the mystery of the abominable snowman. In fact, he thinks it's actually a bear. DNA analysis done by Oxford University genetics professor Brian Sykes suggests the creature, also known as Bigfoot, is a descendant of an ancient polar bear. Sykes compared DNA from hair samples taken from 2 Himalayan animals identified by the local people as Yetis. He took these to a database of animal genomes. He found that they share genetics with a polar bear jawbone found in the Norwegian Arctic that is at least 40,000 years old. One of the samples he analyzed came from an alleged Yeti mummy in the western edge of the Himalayas. The other was a single hair found a decade ago in Bhutan, which is 800 miles to the east. He said the fact that the hair samples were found so far apart and so recently suggests that the members of the species are still alive. I can't imagine that we managed to get samples from the only 2 snow bears in the Himalayas, said Sykes. David Freyer, a professor of biological anthropology at the University of Kansas, said, "I do not think the study gives any comfort to Yeti believers, and if this is his motivation for doing the analysis is to refute the Yeti nonsense, then good luck." Today we have a 30% chance of evening showers. We will have a high of 46 degrees and a low of 32. For Saturday, we can expect a high of 43 and low of 32. And it will also be partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain. Sunday has a 30% chance of rain and snow with a high of 42 degrees and low of 27. Thank you for tuning in to JCTV for your daily news update. I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable fall break. I'm Jessica Walters, and go Jimmies.